Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast, where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for.
Okay, so we're going to start with a segment that we didn't mention last week because we came up with it after we had recorded the episode.
Well, you just realize there's things out there that, also relate to TV news. And I personally never find this information for myself. So I usually get it from her. So now you all can get it from her. And I'll just pretend like I found some of them.
Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with some very disappointing news for me. The Wilds on Amazon Prime has been canceled after its second season, which if you're a Wilds fan, you primarily can, I think we can all collectively say, this was the boys' fault. This show, if you don't know, is supposed to be very woman-forward, and guess what? They incorporated boys, and nobody was having it, and the boys' storyline was just kind of boring to me. It didn't focus on the rest of the girls on the island, and now we don't know what happens with them on the island. So basically,
yeah, that was just too scary for me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little scary, but it was, interesting.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
More sad news. Oh my god, I'm just the bearer of bad news over here. We split up the news. Yeah. I gave her some news to share, so I'm not dominating this whole topic. But sadly, I'm already starting off with the bad news. Tomb Raider 2, starring Alicia Vikander. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And it's going to be directed by, it was supposed to be directed by Misha Green. Is canceled because MGM lost the rights to Tomb Raider, and I love
the first. How do you lose the rights to a movie?
Not to the movie, but to the character Tomb Raider overall. They got reverted back to the original people. Marvel, kind of technically Spider-Man's Marvel, but Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. So if they would technically lose them, it would go back to Marvel. Yeah, no, that's all can get very confusing. But that is just very sad because I really liked her as the Tomb Raider.
Didn't that movie do good or no?
I don't know. I don't really remember. I just know I enjoyed it. So maybe it's just a whole bunch of things. Okay.
And then because I'm all caught up and somebody isn't. But
are you?
Yeah, I'm all caught up on The Flash, I think.
I don't think you are.
Wait.
There was a bundle of episodes of The Flash on the DVR before we deleted Hulu Live. I don't think you're caught up.
Oh, man. Well, The Flash is... The Flash has its final season, season 9... which will have 13 episodes, and that's going to conclude the Arrowverse.
That's it.
Sad.
That's it. Yeah, well...
They're all gone now.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, Legends and Batwoman all just got canceled recently before this. So there was... And I think they were introducing the other show, Naomi, which we didn't get a chance to watch, but that was also canceled. It's the bloodbath of Warner Brothers, and we'll get more into that, too.
On the other side of the whole world is the Real Housewives auditions. They just announced that Taylor Armstrong will be the first housewife to cross franchises.
Crazy.
Yeah, she's going from Beverly Hills to OC. She lives in OC now, they said, in the gated communities, I think. So she's going to cross over. And then on top of that, but she's going to be just a friend of.
Which I think is better because let's see what she does as a friend of, because even in the girls' trip, she was one that I could say if you could get rid of somebody, it would be her. Jill Zarin.
She could drive you a little nuts, but she'll be good as a little bloop bloop in there, and I think they're gonna bring her in through Tamra, who now is officially also back on the OC.
Very
so she's back, and they're probably gonna bring them because of the Ultimate Girls Trip. So that's probably how they got in there.
So. I think a lot of people like them.
And then she asked me about Working Girl, the movie. I seen it back in its day with.
You want me to Google it while you tell them the news?
Oh my God, it's Don Johnson's wife. Oh my God, I can't think of it. But
I will look this up.
Selena Gomez is going to. She's set to do
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith. Yeah, Melanie Griffith. Who is the mother of?
I don't know.
The girl from 50 Shades of Grey.
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah. Wow. No, yeah, Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's who they're. Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But they're going to do Working Girl, which it was a great movie back in the day. But Selena's supposed to be the producer.
Yeah,
I could see her acting.
I think she'll have maybe some little part.
I could see her acting.
Since it's with 20th Century Fox, I would assume that it's probably going to be a Hulu original movie. That would be my guess. Oh God, here I am again with more sad news. The Batgirl film
got all the good news.
will no longer be
I know,
released
really
on
sad.
HBO
That
Max.
would have been good.
It was already in post-production. If you don't know, the same directors who did Miss Marvel were actually doing this. So I didn't even realize that in the beginning until this news came out. And I was like, I loved Miss Marvel. So now I'm even more sad. And you might think, oh, HBO Max, they're going to put it on theaters. No. With the continuation of the news, this became because HBO Max is going to be joining Discovery Plus into making one platform next summer for the US. And then, in Latin America, Europe, and other countries, it's going to come late 2023 into like 2024. So this is the main thing. They were kind of just axing things off. It really started with the CW, how we mentioned Batwoman. The other one,
I don't know what they're going to do for shows because, that was their shows. Like
the CW, yeah, they don't really. I don't really know what they have.
they were turning, unless that's they didn't want to turn into, but
they
were turning into a superhero show.
They were, but and if you don't know, besides superhero shows, they canceled Legacies, they canceled Dynasty, they canceled pretty much everything on there.
Yeah.
So they went for a full bloodbath. So if you were, let me just say this. At least for me, the chains of the CW has been released around my neck finally, so I'm free.
Stop it.
But yeah, so bloodbath over on, if you're a DC fan too, it's just been a bloodbath over there for us. At least we have Marvel. If you're on both sides like we are, you at least have one side to win on. All right, more positive news.
And of course, of course, we just decided to downgrade our HBO subscription.
Not downgrade. We got completely
got rid of it.
It was our fault, guys.
Yeah.
We caused the merger. Maybe.
We got rid of it, and of course, what happens? They announced that Selena and Chef season 4 will be hitting HBO Max on the 18th of August. She will be at a beach house.
What can I give you? Hannah Montana's beach house. You know that Hannah Montana house?
I thought it was that.
It is the exact house. It's also the house, if anybody watches that show, Pretty Big Lies with Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's the same house they used when I looked it up. Yeah, so just on top of that, as you guys know, we are big Selena fans. We are going to cover that, but we want to see how weekly the release is going to be. So if it's going to be weekly, we're just going to wait for it to come out in full so we can binge watch it in like a whole month so we don't have to have HBO Max for that long. That's horrible to say, but it's just, it really like Selena plus Chef. Oh, if you hear popping, that's her keyboard.
I don't know how to undo that. Maybe.
Just lower your sound, I think. I don't know. I don't have
Let's see.
Yeah, she has like one of those tablet computers, but I got my keyboard's fully attached. Well, you know what? I'm going to share some positive news finally.
Go ahead.
While you do that.
Oh, yeah, that's how you do it.
She-Hulk. I guess you could see this as negative, but She-Hulk is going to be pushed back a day and going to release the 18th, the same day as Selena. So it took from I believe Wednesday to Thursday now. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I believe Andor is also coming out that same week. It's a Star Wars show if nobody knows. Oh no. This says September 21st. Why did I think Andor was coming? I don't know. I saw somebody say that, so maybe I was wrong. Pardon me. But She-Hulk pushed back to Thursday. What are you looking up?
I'm sorry. That house is also the beach house from 90210.
No way.
Yep.
Oh my god. No, I can still hear it popping.
I didn't lower it all the way. I'm so sorry.
I was just wondering, because I was like, maybe I'm going crazy.
No.
Yeah, so She-Hulk will be pushed back. Obviously, we're going to be covering She-Hulk. I'm excited for that show. Once you're done, you have. She has more good news to share.
Oh, maybe it's not.
No, that's not the same house.
No. Oh, theirs is cooler. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's a double decker. Okay, so can you share some more positive news, as I have only been the bearer of bad news?
Yeah, no. Good Trouble is also being renewed, season 5, and that's a show that I'm reviewing today. Anybody that
Sorry. I just
repositioning me.
Yeah, because you were kind of like past the mic. I just want you to sound good.
Here we go again.
All right, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
All right, continue. Sorry. Pardon me.
It's like, now where do I go from here? Anyway.
You said you were covering that show.
Yeah, I'm reviewing that show this week, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it again. It's a little, you know what? It's a tricky one to review because it's kind of like
they got a lot going on.
Yeah, and it's really like I like the way they film their show, but it's really tricky to go like in and out of it the way they do.
I mean, I haven't watched Good Trouble. I watched The Fosters, but I stopped watching The Fosters when not Max, sorry. Jesus. I'm thinking of Max because Jake T. Austin played Max on Wizards. When he got replaced with Noah Centineo, when they switched them out, and nobody even discussed that. I still think that's hilarious. And
I think they made one comment or something.
But they were like, "You've got so big, Jesus." I think that was the comment.
It was something like that.
Which I kind of like. I think that's kind of
ginormous.
But yeah, I haven't watched Foster since then. Which I do want to get back to it. So, it's probably better if you don't do that one because you'll spoil the show. But I'm so far behind that it doesn't even matter.
I don't even think you'd know what I was talking about, but that's okay.
Potentially good news here now from me, which it's a rumor, but on the Today Show, Patton Oswalt, who plays Pip the Troll in the Eternals movie, the post-credit scene, spoiler, but that movie came out in November, so I don't really care. He said that Marvel announced that there's going to be an Eternal sequels and Chloe Zhao will be directing the sequel as well. This is not confirmed. People don't know if he just heard that, like, the San Diego Comic-Con happened and he was like, oh yeah, I'm assuming they probably announced Eternals. Or was he, like, already cast because D23 is coming up in September? The cats are looking at you. What did you do to them? What did you do over there?
Nothing.
Oh my. So yeah.
Mind your business.
Also, I just remembered, and I didn't write it down, that Oscar Isaac, who plays Moon Knight, he, I believe, was in Egypt or something, and there was like a random video, and they were like,
I don't know what
was one of the director's daughter filmed, and she was like, is there going to be like season 2? Did the director and Oscar Isaac, and they were like, well, what else would we be doing here? Yeah, so potential Moon Knight season 2. I would assume when D23, we'll talk about anything that gets released in that. Announces that's probably something that we'll get because they want to save the big stuff for their own Disney thing.
True.
Okay.
So
that's it. We've caught you up. That was actually quite a bit. It was like somebody heard that we came up with this idea to like share the news with you guys.
Yeah, and she only had like 2 things, and then the next time I looked around, I was like, "Dang, that list got
long." It
long.
just kept going and going and going. And sadly, most of it had to sadly be sad on my end over here. Maybe, hopefully, either some positive things will happen.
Sad for you.
Okay.
So now on to the wheel of watching.
Oh my god. This is our first time doing this. We didn't do it through the recaps or anything else.
No.
So our wheel of watching, I have it over here for me on my computer. Basically, we made a whole list of just things topics basically. Yeah.
Like categories.
We'll share. We put 10 on here. We have the topics are kind of divided by TV show, movie, and like character/cast. So
it's so crazy. Back in the day, you actually had to have a wheel to spin. Like now, she has a computerized wheel
I have a computer.
With all the things on. Yeah, you do have a computer, right?
Well, I was gonna say we have it. No, I was gonna say we have it on the computer, but hopefully one day we'll get like a real wheel to spin if we ever do like a video version of the podcast.
Oh yeah, that would be nice if we had like a real wheel.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. But for now, it's on the computer.
Wheel? Where do you get a real?
I looked it up on Amazon. It's like $40. We're gonna have to save good money for that.
Carnival Center or something. Is there like a carnival section thing? Sorry again.
Cat toys. We're moving cat toys. We'll keep our eye out to any local carnivals that are coming by. Maybe somebody will drop a wheel off the back of the truck.
You have your wheel.
So here's their topics that we have. What?
I was thinking about when you said going to get the sound effect for the wheel. You're like, if I didn't have the computer, what would I do? Just go traipse around carnivals and be like, can you spin that wheel so I can record
Everybody
that?
Quiet, please.
Quiet on the wheel.
We're going to just try using the website. We're using wheeldecide.com. That's what we're using. It's very popular. I've seen
Wheeldecide.com.
A lot of people use it. But we're just going to use a little audio from there for you guys. Okay, here's our topics on here, though. We have 10 things. Favorite Hulu original show.
Ooh.
Least favorite sitcom. Best one season wonder. So it only had to have one season only, or it could be like a limited run, same thing. Best movie revival. Favorite animal movie. This could be live action or animation, but preferably I wanted live action because those are the best.
Did I pick live action?
I
think I did, yeah.
Okay. Favorite Netflix original. Was this supposed to be? I think this was supposed to be Netflix original movie. Pardon me, because I did try to put 3 TV show, 3 movie, and then 3 characters, and then 1 I just randomly went down our list and chose. I had to root for the villain. One show, movie, whatever, where you were like, I need to stand up for that villain. They should have been Endgame, a TV show where the couple you wanted just didn't pan out. Best unexpected duo or trio, that's self-explanatory, and a show I'd recommend to anybody. Are we ready to spin that wheel?
Spin that wheel.
Let's do it. Best movie revival. Okay, let's see. Okay. Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
I think we picked the same thing as the answer.
Oh, crap.
It's fine. I mean, you can pick
not that. I was supposed to change that topic on the wheel to best movie trilogy, and I didn't. So you do have one written down though for that?
I have either one. Best
Okay,
movie
well,
trilogy
share your
or
best
revival.
movie revival. Go ahead.
I said Star Wars.
I picked Ocean's 8.
Okay.
Why did you stare at me like that? I just didn't want to. Okay,
When you say a revival, are you referring to?
Like, they brought back the franchise, like Jurassic Park. Like, there was the original ones, and they brought it
okay.
back. Which, I mean, yes, Star Wars, too.
I know you explained it to me the other day, but I needed it again. I needed it again.
Okay.
Her technicality on all these things, and she keeps yanking me back.
Okay, so I picked Ocean's 8. I actually have not watched any of the other Ocean's movies. Can I be honest here?
Well, that's sad. I did.
I planned on it because they were on
They were
HBO
really
Max,
good.
and guess what? We don't have HBO Max anymore. I only watched Ocean's 8 because I saw that and I was like, oh my god, this looks such a great cast. And guess what happened? The night of my high school prom, I didn't go. Where did we go? We went to the theaters and we watched Ocean's 8 together. Do you remember that?
I remember, but I didn't know that's what it was. The night of the high school prom. Well, that's sad.
I didn't want to go to prom. It was
I know.
so expensive.
I didn't go to prom
I remember
either.
I'd hear my friends be like, someone's walking by jangling their keys. Jinkle jangles. Oh, what?
What are you doing, Jingle Jangle? Let the people walk by. It's fine.
All right.
Anyway.
Back to me, though. No. First of all my friends were like, I was hearing them, the dress, the night, the car, this. Those tickets were $12.
The
money.
tickets were $12?
Probably.
Do you know prom tickets are a lot?
No, not prom tickets, the movie tickets.
It's like $12. What the hell
I'm
was
saying
that high
the
school
two,
doing?
two tickets for Ocean's 8 was probably somebody's corsage.
Corsage.
Corsage. I can't pronounce it.
Corsage.
All right, why did you pick Star Wars, though? Tell us.
No, well, because I'm old and I actually seen the Star Wars in the movies back in the day.
How cool is that?
Really, it was cool. But the thing that was like, I never would have imagined back then that they would have 5,000 other movies or 65,000 TV shows that could actually,
comic
I
books.
mean,
There's so much to that world.
like, well, comic books kind of, yeah, but like that they went this far with all these shows and stuff. Like, I mean, I was just, I was like, wow. But I get it.
Who even knew they were probably going to make a second or a third movie?
No, but I get it now. You can go back into the lives of the other people and try to, like, you know, make headway of, like, develop them. Yeah, like, fill in the gap. Because I guess there was questions that I would have had if I really thought about it, like, about the different characters and stuff they were doing. So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, I have to share some sad news, too. If you don't know, for our watching shows, we were doing Beverly Hills and Only Murders in the Building, which we did recaps for before this, so if you want to catch up on this season, go back and listen to those episodes. But we were also going to be starting Alex vs. America, and turns out if you don't have Hulu Live TV, you can't watch that show. So that's canceled.
They really should have explained that. I mean, I know we don't need the live TV because
Well,
we don't
it threw
watch
me
it like
off
that,
because
but...
there was other, like, it showed, okay, hey, you want to keep watching Worst Cooks of America? You can.
Yeah, but maybe she's not on a Food Network.
She is on the Food Network. How could you do that to me, Alex Gornashelli? I'm so upset. I'm your biggest
maybe
fan.
it'll eventually be on there. Maybe like it's one of those things.
Maybe
like,
it has to finish airing and then like
maybe it's one of those.
I don't know. If we can get our hands on it, we'll go back to it because we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to find a way to watch it. But hey, maybe when HBO Max and Discovery Plus merges next summer, we can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get on to our first show. Only Murders in the Building. Episode 7. Flipping the pieces. Which before we get started, there's puzzle pieces in this episode, and I didn't talk about it in the recap, and I wanted to. I knew those puzzle pieces at the end of the episodes were going to mean something, and they did this episode.
Yeah.
It was all leading up to this. I did say that. You can validate that.
No, I know. I agree. They
so
always,
upset.
like, even her walking the bird, like you said that about the bird. Like that.
Well, I didn't catch that. Somebody else did.
No,
But I caught the puzzle
no, I
pieces.
know, but you still told me. So it was
If
new
I
to
don't
me.
say that somebody else said it, I can get all the credit here, basically.
Well, it's still new to me from you, but anyway, like, yeah, I think some of that stuff, well, I think everybody does that now on their shows. They put little clues everywhere because I think they know people, like, really enjoy that kind of crazy stuff, but,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Well, shall we get started with this?
Yeah, I thought this one was, like, interesting. Like,
Yeah,
it
this was crazy.
It gave a lot of information, I feel like. Some of the other ones, like, were, I don't want to say back
Filler episodes?
Yeah, like they gave a lot of backstory to the other people and things, which was needed. And like this was obviously Mabel's backstory.
Yeah.
So, but hers, I mean, because she's the character that she is, and because she was there with the killing, I think she had the most backstory, like the most like
important.
Yeah, most important information that like you were like, wow, wait, what? Like that kind of stuff. But yeah, so it starts with Mabel, young Mabel, in a little flashback with her dad, and they're doing puzzles. And I don't know if you know this, but Mark Consuelos, he stars as every Spanish dad in almost every young show.
Really?
He's the dad in Riverdale too. For that oh gosh, the dark haired girl.
Veronica Lodge.
Yeah, Veronica Lodge.
Like, I don't even watch it. I know.
Yeah, he's the dad to her too. Like I'm like, geez, man, Mark, what the heck?
He's getting paid.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watched him back in the day when he was just a lowly soap actor on All My Children.
Oh, of course. That's how you know who he is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos.
So... Oh, okay. In this, though, like, we see them with the puzzles, and then we see, like, like, present-day Mabel, but, like, in, I guess, like, a dreamscape, and she has puzzle pieces that are, like, all the clues to Bunny's murder, which are basically, I think most of them, when I looked at them, they were the same pieces that we saw at the end of the episode. So
yeah, I think that was, like, a flashback for us in the beginning, but then this was the dream.
Mind.
Like, her in this room with the puzzle pieces and all the clues on them was, I think, her dream that she was having. Because
Cooper agreed. I hope you guys get to hear it. Maybe we gotta get a second mic for them because they have such opinions, these two.
Yeah, because the pieces that are on the floor have pieces of like Bunny, like you're saying.
There's Bunny. I think Detective Williams was
the number 14 that looked like from the subway, which now explains. Well, I don't know.
Doesn't explain squat.
No, but she was on the subway. But I don't know if it was the 14th thing or what have you, but maybe she knew that this person took that 14th train or something like that. Okay. I don't know if it was something like that. But she has them all flipped up, and then you see them like all flip over or something, right? Like
yeah, well, I know that's what the dad teaches, that you got to flip over the puzzle piece because you're like getting bored of doing the same puzzles with the dad. So he's like, let's do it upside down.
Like, now you're an avid puzzle.
I am an avid puzzler.
Like ridiculous. We have a ridiculous exorbitant amount of puzzles. It's just
I have a whole box I have to finish puzzles of.
Yeah, and then a whole box that are done. That now what we do is we tape the back of them to keep them intact so that you don't have to like put the puzzles away.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them we were thinking about actually hanging up. I'm so sorry. There's kissing and hugging going on between cats right now.
Yeah.
But you never want to stop that. A fight, yes. A little huggy kissy, no. But my question is, what do you think about that? Like,
I think that's interesting, and you know what? That's the equivalent of,
because you've tried to do it like the dad first said without the picture.
Yeah. I don't know if I've really done that. I have a lot of Marvel poster ones that I've been doing, so you don't really need the picture because I've stared at that poster long enough in a sense.
Yeah.
But I would try it upside down. There's new puzzles nowadays that have no pictures. They're just white puzzle pieces, so I guess that would be kind of the same thing.
I've never seen that. That's
yeah, I've seen it. I'm actually really interested in. For some reason,
he's a saver of money though, because he's getting like 3 tries out of that puzzle.
I know. I finish my puzzles. I tape them up. Boom, boom, done. Next puzzle.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
But I got like 20 puzzles waiting for me, so that's kind of the whole thing.
Well, she wants you to help her, but then when you help her, you're doing something wrong. You're touching something wrong. You're moving the pieces. You're taking the pieces.
They're organized by color.
Yeah,
by
so it's
everything.
like, who wants to help someone like that? Not me.
Okay.
I just watch and move on. There was also, I thought I saw a knitting needle.
I'm like, wait,
on
what?
the puzzle pieces.
Probably, yeah. I think it definitely has like most of the clues. I wouldn't be surprised if you could probably really take your time, go
like
full new rock stars.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Eric
get
Voss
in there
and just freeze framed it and like check them all out. But
once we come out of this dreamscape flashback, she wakes up in Theo's apartment after the subway incident. Theo Demas, yes, Teddy Demas's son, if you don't know, and he walks in and
he was outside, looked like getting food or something
for them, and she clobbers him in the back of the head with a lamp.
Well, she woke up and saw like blood on her white jacket,
yeah.
And I'm like, and I guess she was like, what the hell went on here? And then she really crowned him.
She clobbered,
but he didn't get knocked out though.
He got right back up.
Yeah, I'm like, for a deaf guy, like, I mean,
well, he wasn't ready. He was. You know what? Maybe you could think you could prepare yourself, but he.
No, okay, you got him in a headlock.
Fighting. Oh, don't yell into the mic.
I'm so sorry. You got him in a headlock. Let go of his head. Jesus Christmas.
Oh my.
Juice.
We're gonna have to change. If you didn't catch one of our, I think it was one of our recaps, we had to go on a cat scratching break. We may now have to go on a cat headlocking break, but let's just keep going for now.
Oh my god, she's fighting him like she's a freaking monkey cleaning him. Oh my god.
If she had the hands, yeah, she'd probably start picking at him. So she doesn't remember anything that happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No stabbing on the subway.
She doesn't remember the stabbing that happened.
No glitter guy. Well, I mean, she remembers seeing the glitter guy, but she just doesn't remember stabbing him.
Yeah, she doesn't remember any of that. And then Oliver and Charles, they're getting worried. They haven't heard from her. After seeing this video,
yeah, because the son called. Remember at the end, the son called.
Yeah, the son sent them the
saying
video.
Something else, but instead he was actually sending him the video of Mabel going like cuckoo birds. Because you just love when people feel the need to record instead of like being like, oh hey, maybe somebody should help that crazy girl because she's stabbing somebody.
Well, as far as the public knows, she could be the other killer. So you want to help her?
Well, no.
I mean, but I guess you want to help the other person getting
Somebody.
stabbed. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure in New York you just don't get involved. So they try to find Mabel, but they can't get in contact with her. And Detective Williams shows up.
The house show back up.
She opened the house back up on her laptop.
I did that.
Detective Williams shows up. If you don't know, she was on maternity leave in Denver, and she shows up with her baby
in tow, who looks like he is about like 6 months old. Like
later in the episode, he's fully sitting up, holding the head up. I'm not even a baby person, and I know that's not right.
Some kids are really impressive. Like she could pick her head up on her stomach early on, day 2, 3. However, was she sitting her butt up straight? No, not without that boppy pillow. So this kid is sitting in that carriage, just like whoa,
Yeah,
hey,
no, a little
no
too
buying
old.
it.
Well, we don't. I mean,
no, the time frame is a couple of days. Look, from the time, if you were to really do time framing, like from
because if you remember from
crap, that was a pull of my leg. Sorry.
Well, it wasn't. She didn't have the baby. Her wife had the baby.
Yeah, but regardless,
It's only been a week since.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Between Bunny's murder and Tim Kono, it was only a week. So yeah.
Yeah, and then they went to jail, and there was a few days in between. Let's just say a month tops. That kid should still not be sitting erect like that. Like there was no way. There's just no way.
So back with Mabel though, she can't find her bag,
which had
the match in it, which is not good. So Theo they try to communicate. They struggle to communicate.
Oh my god, it was like painful to watch.
Horrible.
They were like doing pretty good. I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I've never shared this, but I do want to try to learn sign language, and this was just another.
She knows where's the blue ball.
I saw one mom on TikTok do that, and it's the one thing that really stuck with me. So if anybody's ever looking for a blue ball or a yellow one, I can help you locate it.
She'll come to you very seriously and be like, "Where's the blue ball?"
Okay, well I know it, so that's something.
You think she's gonna say something like really introspective, and then it's like, "Where's the blue ball?" I know a little sign language.
Yes, I do. I know how to sign. I know a little sign language, okay? Theo tells her, though, what happened on the train.
Yeah, he shows her the video of her, going cuckoo birds, like...
And he says that he saw the guy take her bag from her, but he also dropped a security card for Coney Island, too, which obviously is very helpful in this whole thing.
Yeah. And obviously, and obviously, you know that it's closed there because it is like winter, right? Because they all have winter, coats on and stuff, so you know Coney Island's not open.
I don't know much about Coney Island, but I would agree.
Well, it's on the shore. Like,
no,
it's
I
on
know.
the shore.
It's like yeah, I don't know.
It's I know where you're going with that, but we won't speak about it.
Oh, now it sounds bad.
It's just a shore area.
Yeah,
just thinking shores.
It's like a beach. Okay. Continue on.
It's a beach.
All right.
So then they go back to Detective Williams in the apartment with them now. And she wants them to tell her everything that they know. Because I can't really put my finger on if I think I trust her.
I think so.
I want to say yes for the most part. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to make you trust her. Trying to make you think that she is on the up and up. Because she's like, I want you guys to tell me all that you know. And I'm just like... why? Like, you're
Well, because
asking...
I think she did say that she knows that it probably wasn't Mabel or them, because
she did. She
thinks
said,
that it can't
she
be
said
them.
that she doesn't believe it's Mabel, and if you want me to help her, you need to tell me everything you know.
Yeah.
And these two Nimrods are like bumbling idiots. Like, it's just like a comedy skit. Like,
Well, yeah, because
oh my god,
obviously Oliver still has the murder weapon he found in Charles's kitchen, so he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But
we all know where he's going,
he's
because we know
going to
the holes
the tunnel
are in there.
in Charles's bathroom to go sneak off and get his knife. But
And what did he think he was going to actually do with the knife at that moment? Like,
well, because Charles said you could search all our apartments and you won't find the knife. I think he would have had some time to go hide the knife before she got to it.
He could have even left it in the tunnel, I guess. But
yeah,
we all know the killers are using the tunnel, so
I don't know.
But then she's standing at the door eavesdropping, so she basically knows what they're talking about. And then because Charles goes in to help Oliver, and once they come out, she's like, so you have the knife. You have the knife. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, if you really want to help her, you need to give me what you have, or tell me what you have. And it's just like, they're just standing there looking at her.
And then Theo and Mabel head to Coney Island, obviously, to go find the killer. And once they're there, they break into the security office, and Mabel's trying to get all the records, but I think they hear somebody, right? And then
no, she was trying to get the records, and he was standing there, and she's just like, there's just too many to go through. Like, I don't know what to do. And he just takes them all and throws them in a bag. And that's, I guess, his stealing instinct or whatever. Yeah. And he just takes it, doesn't think twice, and then they're like, all right, well, I guess we'll do this at home.
Yeah. Well, he also has an ankle monitor on, which ends up needing to be charged. So
I've never heard that, though. I know that they need to be charged, I guess, but like, I didn't know. I guess he can go wherever he wants. They just have to be able to track him.
Which that seems like that's going to cause trouble.
But that's kind of weird, because typically when you have an ankle monitor, it's because you're on house arrest.
Which, yes, because I'm going to say this. One of the shows I'm covering on my solo watch is Grace and Frankie, and one of the characters has one.
You can't flip it over.
She's speaking of Cooper. One of the
there you go.
One of the characters, you put this
sorry,
messing with the cords all over the cat. It's a mess. One of the characters on Grace and Frankie has an ankle monitor, and he can't leave because of it. And literally, as soon as he stepped out of the house, it beeped. So
yeah,
I don't
know, unless he's on the type where it's just that they can track him. Like, it has to be on at all times. Like, they have to be able to look for it and know. And maybe he can't leave the state or something like that.
Maybe his is more like
I don't know.
Statewide
It could be something like that. I'm really not a fugitive. Have never been a fugitive. Don't know fugitive. So I'm really not reversed on the ankle bite.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna say the same thing. But they end up going and just turning on random games.
I get all my information about ankle bracelets from TV. So,
but they
just did.
Yeah, they end up playing games at their.
Yeah. Wait. Now, wait.
Okay. Yes, I know. She had comments on this while we were watching. I'm gonna get a drink while you explain.
I don't even understand this. There was so many things that were like, wait, what? What are you doing here? First, he plugs the ankle monitor into a outlet
from outside.
From outside. Okay. Maybe it works. Who knows? I don't know. Apparently it did work. Then she goes around and starts plugging in games to play. Because she's like, oh, have you ever played Whack-A-Mole? Yeah. Okay, these games just don't turn on. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. But I'd like to think that there was a way that people could stop people from just going there. And where is security? If he's a security officer, where is security? I've dealt with security in the past. Where is security? I don't know. Who's watching cameras? No one.
You'd have to think at least one person. Which maybe the glitter guy was going there to switch shifts. So where was the other person that he was switching shifts with? I don't. Yeah, but they end up playing games, and they go inside to like the arcade part. And Theo shares that he can't remember if he pushed Zoe or if she had fell on accident. Which Zoe was
actually kind of sad. I was feeling kind of bad for him in a way.
Which was Mabel's friend, who also died in the last season.
Yeah.
But that was previous to the whole Tim Kono thing. She was kind of the whole reason that he's like in jail, because there's a whole other jewelry like plot line too.
Yeah, so he's in jail because of her.
Because they were stealing the jewels from her. They stole her ring.
Not because he killed her.
I don't know if
I don't think they.
I think they were for the jewels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they.
I don't think they'd be out if he killed her. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he'd be ankle monitor bound.
And then we see Mabel having like, she shares like kind of like, yeah, I can't remember if I killed Bunny either. And we see like a thing of like her grabbing her knitting needle and killing Bunny. So
Yeah, it was weird because you're not sure, is she remembering
like,
this, or is she just thinking like, I don't know if I did that either.
Which
so
we'll get
I'm
a little
better.
clarity on that part.
Because she's like, I don't know if I'm any better than, like, I guess he is or whatever.
Like I'm having the same issue as you are.
So I think she was like empathizing with him that like, because when did you say it before that he pulled the ring out of the
the game they pulled out a very similar ring to the one.
Hold on a minute, like that's the first thing I'm gonna try, and I know that's not for real. He pulled up the front of the claw game and pulled the toy out of there. That I do not think happens.
Yes, you can lift up the window
in the front.
I think so. Yes.
I didn't know. I'm gonna try that. They'll kick
no.
me out.
Don't admit to crimes on this podcast.
No, I don't have to steal it just to see if the window actually goes up. Like, I'm gonna go down in the winter and find a shore place that I can go to with Coney Island, maybe.
Yeah, find us this upcoming winter at Coney Island. We're going to be doing a podcast live from Coney Island.
See if this is an inaccurate.
We're going to be testing out all the things happening on Only Murders in the Building to see if it's true.
Just to see him, just saying. But then after all that little shenanigans, they go back to Oliver and Charles, and they come out of the bathroom with the knife. And it's in like a brown paper bag or something, right?
Yeah, I think
it's
like
in
a weird bag.
This weird brown bag or something, and they hand it over. They hand over the knife, but not before. When did they do the baby's gas? Is it before that? The baby's gas is before that. The baby has gas, and Oliver is showing how he knows how to.
No, wait, is that before? It might be. I don't know. It's roughly the same part because I don't think we go back to Charles and him for a little bit.
Yeah, well, it was hilarious because I'm just watching him do this thing with the legs. Like, he was doing this, like a bicycle type thing.
Which we cannot test that fact out either because we have no babies in our family.
No, but I have heard that does work. But it doesn't work every time, but I've heard it does work. But, I mean, he was just hilarious with the way he did it. And she just picks the baby and she's like, yeah, I'm never going to do that. Never going to do that. I can't undo that. I can't unsee that. It's like, she was funny.
Now some of the biggest parts of the episode I think happen right about now. So Mabel, before they decide to leave Coney Island after his ankle monitor's charge, she has to go use the restroom, and she looks down in the sink. What does she see besides glitter? Obviously, and then she sees a tissue also with some glitter. And she decides they're kind of like in, I think, like an employee bathroom because it had like a locker room.
It's like the locker room
and
then the back bathroom.
Yeah. So she hears somebody coming as she goes. So she goes from the bathroom to this locker room.
Wasn't she like looking through the lockers at first and then she heard somebody?
No, I think so. She found the glitter in the sink and then she found the tissue in the trash in the locker room.
And she was headed towards like the lockers.
And then I think she was gonna leave and then she heard the glitter guy come in and she hid in a locker. Yeah. And then the glitter guy's like obviously bandaging himself up as he was just stabbed, which, by the way, like took a really long time to bandage yourself up, in my opinion. You have to think about it.
And again, where did she get a knitting needle from? Does she just roam around with knitting needles?
I think in the video,
because I've never seen her knit anything. Was she knitting anything ever?
I think in the first season.
Or was the old lady knitting?
No, I think in the first season. She hasn't done any knitting since the crime, I believe, though. Oh my god. The cats are snuggling. You guys, all I have to say is you can only pray that one day we will get a full camera set up. Oh, and now there's a car zooming by. You can only hope that one day we'll get a full camera set up. And when we do, we'll make sure that we get a cat cam for you guys.
Because... Oh, yeah, but we will post this on the Instagram, what I'm filming now. Oh, we got a lever.
Yep. Make sure you follow us on Instagram while we're talking about it. We watch it all. We have been sharing stuff on our story a ton. Also, we'll do a little bit more promoting later. But let's continue on with this. So she goes in the locker and hides while he's bandaging herself, and she makes like a noise. I don't know if she like sneezed, coughed, something.
No, I think she just moved or something.
And so,
because I think he was opening and closing the doors like real loud, and I think she like flinched or something like that, and he heard, or oh no, he was still sitting on the bench.
He was sitting, but she flinched or something.
Yeah.
And then he goes through and he goes down the row and opens every door.
Find her. I mean,
but she takes the chance. And when he opens her door, she kind of pushes it into it and slams it into him.
Slams into his head.
So I will give her that.
Yeah, that was pretty smart.
And then she decides to grab his bag.
Well, no, I think that was her bag that she took.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, she grabbed her bag out of his bag.
And she runs with it.
And runs, yes.
And then, of course, she's running out to Theo, who can't hear her screaming, "Get in the car!" And then she's trying to like tell him like, we gotta go, let's go, car. And I mean, here's my thing. You can't hear. How is he driving?
I think you could drive. What about the people that we just had this conversation that in some states you can drive with full on headphones on, so you can't hear your surroundings really.
No, I know. Do you know some guy pulled into my job today with yesterday with big headphones like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
So insane.
how are you like?
But here's my thing. I guess what do you really need to hear when you're driving besides maybe a
Horns
horn?
and
A
stuff.
horn. Okay, a horn, yes. But
someone
I'm talking
saying,
about
watch out. I mean, if they were screaming.
I guess like yes, like a horn. But no, but I'm saying like traffic lights and people's turn signals. Don't rely on hearing.
Sirens?
Oh, but that's what the lights are for, flashing.
Yeah, but you don't always see them until you hear them first. And then
That's
you see
true.
them. I don't know. I guess it's crazy.
I'm sure they have to pass the test, obviously, like everybody does.
know.
There are people that can hear and shouldn't be driving, quite frankly.
She's talking about me.
I'm not talking about you.
No, I know you are.
I would have said it. Okay, but wait. So once she gets in the car, she goes through the killer's bag. I wrote in my little notes killer's bag, so I think she did steal his bag with her purse in it or something.
I don't know.
The matchbook is missing, of course, obviously, because why wouldn't it be?
And then Theo's dad is calling him because in the last one they had like a big fight and he's just refusing to talk to him. And I think it was just meant to be a tie-in for her dad, because now you see, like little by little, you saw something going on with her and her dad every time. They kept doing like little flashbacks here and there, and you kept seeing them have issues, like where he couldn't go anywhere, he couldn't do anything. At first I thought it was
a Halloween thing.
Yeah, at first I thought it was because of like money or something. And then I'm like, no, I don't think it's money. And then you realize, like, I think he's sick.
Yeah.
And then in this one, they do show him that he obviously had cancer.
Yeah.
And he was dying.
Yeah, he died when she was 7 from stomach cancer, which is what prompts her to, she forgets, like, memories when they're just too much for her. So she said, you know, obviously her dad was one of them, and Bonnie's death is another. So we see the official memory of Bunny, and it plays out. She walks into the apartment.
She realizes she can't do this anymore. Like, this is just unhealthy, and she needs to face the facts.
And she sees Bunny walk in, and she sees the killer with a flashlight running into her like room, because obviously we know he escaped through the tunnel.
How did I miss that?
I don't. It was very quick, and you do see her go back to grab her knitting needles actually, but they're not there because they're obviously in Bunny's chest. Which to her then confirms, okay, I actually had nothing to do with Bunny's murder. And one thing I do want to bring up, because I think of it every time they show her in her like Bloody Mabel outfit, how does she have that much blood on her own chest?
Well, yeah, because I don't even
like she's not even that like close to her. No, there's no point where she's like leaning.
Bunny kind of fell on her a little bit, but not enough to do that.
That much blood.
And if you looked at Bunny's shirt, Bunny didn't have nearly that much blood on her.
Which is what I'm saying.
I don't understand how she got that. That was one of those.
I also I take a little side notes here and there. I also wanted to say I feel like, what is Sky doing?
I don't know.
Sky's going behind the air purifier. Your breath stink or something, girl?
No,
what?
She's looking for trouble now.
Oh my goodness. Don't look for trouble, sissy. Don't look for trouble. Okay, but what I was going to say while Sissy looks for trouble is that I feel like personally, I can confidently say that the killer is probably a man, just based on the hands. They seemed a little bit more manly of a hand. When they were opening the lockers.
I don't know. I was trying to really feel that out.
But here's the thing: it's like, would they go for the odds of doing 2 women killers back to back? But then would it feel obvious for them to go like a woman and then a man, and then like maybe next season do some? You know what I mean? It's like, what are the odds there? But I don't know. I do feel like a man. Also, in one of my side notes, I said I really like Selena's hair this episode.
Yeah,
I did. I like her haircut. Let's get back on topic here because we just kind of got all derailed.
Okay.
Okay. I just like that you're like, okay. So, once though in the car, she decides that she's gonna meet up with Oliver and Charles at the Pickle Diner. Mm-hmm. Yes, at the Pickle Diner, Sky.
Come here.
So they all reunite, have a little hug in the Pickle Diner.
Yeah, and I think it makes what's his name, Dima, sees her go in there and how like they're not even her family and they're like greeting her and stuff like that, and like hugging her and acting like so happy to see her. that I think he does call the
He
dad.
calls the dad, yeah. And then she goes through the killer's bag, which, yes, I'm confident saying she stole the killer's whole... I think Sky's trying to jump behind the TV right now. Sky, do not do that.
Yeah, this ain't going anywhere.
I think we're going to have to take a cat jumping behind the TV break.
Go ahead, you go and
Oh, okay. Well, we're at the end of the episode. Oh,
I'm stuck. Okay, I'm out. Hold on. I'm going.
She's going. Should I keep going?
No, there's more.
Okay, so in the killer's bag, she pulls out a picture of Charles and Lucy together.
Show us doing that. Can you remove yourself from that scenario?
And she hands it to Charles, and Charles, obviously, because he just found a picture of Lucy in the killer's bag, he decides to call Lucy and say, "Where are you right now, Lucy?" And she's in his apartment.
Why is she there again?
Because she's hanging out with him. She'd rather be with him than the mother. She doesn't like her mother.
I understand that, but he didn't know that she was there is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't know she was there.
How did she get in? Because how do you get into, like, even if you say the tunnels, how did she get into the tunnels to get in? Whatever. And then all of New York City goes black. Lights out, blackout in New York City, which I don't feel like... she almost fell trying to get back in her seat.
Head first.
I'm going to just give her a second. We'll regroup right here.
Go ahead, I'm ready. I'm back.
I'm going to wait till you're settled.
No, I'm in. I'm really in. I'm in.
Okay. So, no, the call ends up dropping, though, and New York goes into a blackout.
the whole thing blacked out. But, like, I don't know what that has to do with anything, to be honest with you.
I don't know if it has to relate to the killer, if it was just odd luck. Because how could the killer black out all of New York?
The whole city. Like, if it was just that building, I could have understood that. But, like, yeah.
Oh, actually, pardon me. So
Did you just say pardon me?
Pardon me. I'm pardoning myself right now.
Pardon me.
I looked up the real Arconia in real life, and I looked up the Pickle Diner because there's an address on it. It's not a real diner, and actually there's no diner where it is, but it's actually in, like, it's like, if you go from the Arconia and make, like, it's like 3 blocks away from the Arconia. So, but they did show all of New York blocking out. So if they said it, they blacked out the whole street of that, maybe.
Yeah, but even if it was just the street, like, again,
that's
just
really challenging.
Like, why not just take the building? Like, that would be, I could see that, okay.
Yeah,
but,
what are the odds that you
know.
can black out
So,
the whole street?
I will say they always do end their shows on, like,
a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, they do have good cliffhangers. I'm not gonna lie, theirs are pretty impressive.
I'm looking at my notes ahead for Beverly Hills. How did I spell the word military wrong?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like...
And it's not even giving me the correct spelling option. It wants to write military.
I know. I saw that. I fixed it on mine. But
okay, well, speaking of Beverly Hills, should we jump right into them? I mean, unless you have any finishing thoughts on Only Murders in the Building.
No,
I have no clue where we're going to go next week. I picture it starting with Charles in a panic running to the Arconia.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Because he knows the girl's there by herself, and I don't know what he's thinking, but...
I don't know what the hell he's going to do.
Those are going to be some stairs to hustle up, because those elevators ain't
No.
working.
Which, remember in our recap, we said maybe Bunny has an emergency escape elevator, but we know the elevators in the Arconia didn't work the night of Tim Kono's death, because we saw everybody going down the stairs.
Yeah, but like we were saying, maybe
that was
hers
an
is an old
older...
school one. Maybe it's like some kind of crank, something. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just making shit up.
Well, let's jump into Beverly Hills then.
Yeah.
Would you like to start us off?
Well, it was... It starts off with, like, Lisa. This was episode 13, by the way.
Which I didn't write down the name for this one. Sorry. I can look it up.
It's probably right on my phone.
I'll look it up. You start. I'll look the name
But
up.
it shows Lisa, and she starts she's getting lemon water, hot lemon water. And then she goes around and goes outside and calls all of the girls to tell her that she's holding a wine tasting. So if you are an avid watcher, you know that way back when they went to Provence, they did what?
Tell me why. Look at this. I googled Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12 episode guide, and they're showing me the guide for New York. I'm serious. Look at it. It's showing me New York. There's Leah and there's Luann. What?
Yeah, I don't know what you did.
How did I do that?
You would have been better off just going on Peacock. Gotta be honest.
All right. Well.
All right. So anyway,
Now I got you thinking of New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say Luann. So Lisa Rinna is creating a rosé. Well, she's actually creating a bunch of things.
It's called rosé colored glasses.
Rosé colored glasses. How appropriate. Because yeah, they get crazy.
Ooh,
So she's creating this rosé, and the main thing that all I can say is there's labels everywhere. They used to pick on Dorit last season because she really came hard last season with the labeled clothing.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, she had Chanel. I mean, like, if there was a name, it was plastered somewhere across her. I mean,
I think it's a big trend now, though.
I guess, but like Lisa Rinna had the hat, and then she called a couple of the girls, and they had some stuff.
Rinna's a big Gucci label one, I would say. I feel like Rinna always has some kind of Gucci on her.
Yeah, this one was Chanel that she had on. Diana had Gucci on her hat, but yeah. So you can cover that part because I know that's your favorite part.
And then while she's calling them, we find out that Diana and Kyle have been exposed.
No, they have COVID.
They have COVID. No, I'm sorry. No, that's what I'm saying. They've been exposed to COVID and have it, so they will not be at the wine tasting.
Nope.
And Kathy Kilton possibly has COVID. As of now,
she's exposed, they said.
She was exposed, but we don't know if she has it.
Yeah.
We'll assume she probably will end up getting
Everybody
it.
pretty much, but
Dorit. Good for Dorit. Dorit doesn't need another thing on her plate, so, you know.
What is she, the super avoider? Super dodger.
Super dodger? She didn't get it last season?
No.
Really?
I think she's a super dodger.
Which means Kyle doubled down. There's a couple people that have
this
doubled
one,
down.
I think this is the Omicron that was going around.
Oh, yeah, because Dorit did mention that.
Yeah, so I think they got the Omicron. So the fun fact that I found was that Lisa Rinna said she was going to come out with this when they were back in Provence.
Sorry.
She called it Rinna Rosé back there in that episode, so that was interesting. But there were many, many others that have come out with alcohol brands that I didn't even realize.
Well, we looked for some for my 21st birthday because I was going to try
there
alcohol.
were even other ones that I forgot about. Of course,
Which
everybody
we
knows
didn't, by the way.
Bethany's Skinny Girl. We know that one.
Yeah.
Vanderpump's Rosé and Sangria and Vodka. She had all three of those. Brandy had Unfiltered Blonde, which was a Chardonnay. I had no idea she did an alcohol. Brandy from Beverly Hills. Ramona, we all know she had her signature Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Heather Dubrow did Colette champagne, which I remember that was a big thing in one of her seasons from Beverly Hills. And of course, Teresa Giudice from New Jersey, Fabellini.
We didn't mention this in news, but she's getting married.
Oh, yeah.
She will be married. Once you've seen this, she will be married yesterday when you're listening to us. If you're listening to us Monday when it came out, she will have been married.
I can't believe she went through with that. But,
there'll be a spin-off episode for that. We'll cover it, obviously.
Sure there will be, yeah.
No, it's confirmed.
Oh. See, there you go. More news I don't know. And those are the shows that I watch, so go figure. And then, of course, you have Sonia Morgan's Tipsy Girl.
Did she actually come out with that?
The Prosecco, I don't know if it actually... I think it came out, but I don't think it did much. And it was a big controversy between her and Bethany. And then the one that I had no idea, there was a Bluestone Manor bourbon.
Really?
Dorinda, yeah. She was holding it up, Bluestone Manor bourbon. And, of course, cannot forget Frosé Rosé.
Frosé? I thought it was Frosé Rosé.
Frosé Rosé? What did I have it called?
Frosé?
Frosé.
That's when you freeze the rosé.
What is it?
Frosé Rosé.
Frosé Rosé. I don't know.
Something like
it's Countess Luann's
it's fake
new
rosé.
Non-alcohol. She's making good on her DWI, which man.
DWI?
Nope. DUI. What's DWI?
I don't know. That's the one alcohol I can try because we were supposed to we were even gonna try people's signature drinks like Casamigos Ramosado, but I ended up not drinking anything at all, and now I'm too far in not to drink. So I'll try Countess.
Lisa Barlow, who I think is from
Salt Lake
City. She had a vodka, a Vita tequila, which I think she had beforehand.
Yeah, I think before that was her business.
And then the shocker of them all was Vicky's vodka. Vicky Gungelson.
My God.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of problems.
Gungelson
from Beverly Hills, the original housewife. She'll tell you. She actually had a vodka, and she was putting her name on it, and instead she ended up with a lawsuit, and nothing ever happened to it because they said she didn't promote it the way she was supposed to, so they sued her. So she ended up settling out of court, from what I understand. So that's my news on the Beverly Housewives. On to the dog tearing up the land. No.
No. So Sutton's dog tears up her lawn. But my favorite thing is they show Sutton's dog's name, which I didn't take a note, but I did take note that they put Sutton's dog / landscaper.
Waylon.
I don't know. But,
Southern Waylon Jennings. She named him after. He's a
I'm just saying they put the dog's name, Sutton's dog / her landscaper, which
made a
I
note of
thought
that.
was so
Called
funny.
the dog. Well, that was no landscaping because that dog was ripping up some sod
big
that looked
chunks.
and that sod looked expensive. It was like really plush green.
Where was the dog when it was covered in mud doing some landscaping? And that's what I have
right.
to say.
Jeez.
And then Sutton is teaching. Oh, where'd my notes go? My notes just disappeared. You got to take it away from here. They just disappeared.
We finally get to see that like Sutton does actually have children, unless she
I didn't know
them.
she had
I don't know.
kids.
No, I knew she had kids. I didn't know how old they were or anything like that because she never showed them. But granted, she was a friend of last year. So I don't know that you really get to, like, they don't really dive deep into your home life when you're a friend of. It's just, hi, I'm showing up to the dinners and the suches.
Wait, was she a friend of last season?
Yeah, I think she was a friend of, I think
I think she was a housewife last season. Yeah, she was.
Are you sure?
Yes, her and Crystal were both ones last season.
I don't know. I feel
Okay, well, anyway, I didn't know she had kids.
Well,
I think I knew about the daughter, but I had no clue about that son at all, I'll be honest.
No, I knew she had a daughter and a son, but I just
My notes are finally back up in case anybody. I don't know what happened there. This is what happens when you use a very old computer. But she's teaching because I don't know where they went. She teaches her kids how to make chicken salad,
which is really not hard to do.
Yeah, what a weird one to teach. But she's teaching them because I don't think the daughter's going anywhere, but the son is going off to college. But he wanted to go to military school, but
no, he wanted to join the
military.
Yeah, I was reading your notes. You had this all little wackadoodle dude because
it was a little confusing the way they were explaining it.
But because
clearly I didn't know what was going on because I spelled military wrong.
She slipped some stuff in there that was like Cracker Barrel.
Boarding school.
Well, what she did was he said that he lives too plush of a life, so he wanted to go to
the army,
or to like the military, join one of the forces. Who knows which one? Looking at this kid, I would love to see him in the army because he's very white bread, like real. Yeah, he has had a good life. So she says, "Oh, you want to go to the army because you think you live a good life?" She sends him to Georgia to like 110-degree weather, and he has to get a job where he like delivers like vending food or vending
drinks to vending machines.
Yeah, drinks to vending machines. And then she says when she goes to pick him up, he's like, "Yeah, I'll go to college," because he realized, like, I guess,
and then he's going to not like military, but like
it's
military
called a Citadel.
boarding.
It's called a Citadel, which is like a military. It is like a military school, like where you have to like make your bed and the whole bit. So like that was her form of like I don't know, like punishing him. She tortured him.
I'm gonna assume that the daughter looked at that and said, "I'm not saying anything."
I'm just gonna make sure I go to college. That's probably what she said.
I'm like, "Yep, I am just gonna go to school." And then Garcelle and Dorit meet up to eat, and we have to talk about this. Well, at least I have to talk about it. They go in to hug each other because obviously,
maybe last season she was a friend.
Yeah,
she was a actual housewife.
But Dorit goes in for the hug because obviously, as we know, Dorit's the only one that hasn't had COVID yet. And they talk about people who refuse to hug post-COVID. I am one of those people. I will not hug you. I will not shake your hand. If I don't know you, I honestly will not take my mask.
You weren't hugging before COVID.
Okay, that too. I was going to get to that. I just don't simply like being touched. And it's not like a person thing. It's just I don't like being touched, so I don't want to hug. But now you have cooties too? I don't want to hug you for sure. Sorry. If you're upset by it, I'm so sorry. That's simple. I don't mean to offend anybody.
But the fact that she's so I gotta hug people, but yet she's the only one that hasn't gotten COVID is amazing.
She must have something in there. They gotta test that DNA of hers.
Super Dodger, get her tested. But not for nothing. But the best part of all is the drink order, which has become like a regular thing. This is the second time I think she's made this drink order because I think she had PK do it the last time, where she orders a drink and she's like, "I'll have like whatever, I don't know what it was, a vodka or something with the ice and this and that and two and this that," and then she's like, 3 slices, squeeze a lemon in there and then cock is out. Like she tells them to take.
Why don't I remember this?
Yes, it's because it's really fast. But I heard this twice where she says, "Take the carcass out," and it's like, is she putting a dead body in her drink or something? Because I'm like, carcass out. Like, why would you call the rind?
Peel.
Yeah, like the peel of the lemon, the rind. A carcass. I'll take the carcass out.
That's like if you're having potato skins, you're like, skin the potato. I don't want the carcass of the potato.
Take the carcass out.
Yeah,
that's
weird.
What she'll tell me. She's like, throw the carcass out.
Throw the carcass out.
Yeah, she's big on that.
But Garcelle also shares that she's going to be recording her audiobook, which I'm going to look at our local library to see if they got her book because I want to read it. I want to read all the Housewife books.
She listens and reads. This is what she does. I'm sorry, she lets the author read to her while she reads.
Stop. No, it's because there's some words I don't know. Clearly we know I don't know how to spell. I spelled military wrong. Please, give me a break here. If I don't...
Look, I've been reading the same book for what? 6 weeks now? And I think I cracked the second chapter. I think. I can't even swear to
I'm
that.
on book number 7.
Yeah, see? I gotta get those bitches to read to me.
You're not thinking big here.
Yeah.
They also talk about PK's arrest, which now is alleged arrest.
Yeah,
She pulled a Teresa Giudice there.
I got a lot about that. You know what?
Well, I guess Teresa's wasn't alleged. She just is like the jail word.
Yeah, she just
like,
doesn't want you
don't
to
say
the
J-A-L-I-E.
But
oh, I spelled that wrong.
But the way you said it sounded right there.
It was right, but it was wrong.
That was imitation of PK, not drunk.
Oh, I just clinked my glass together. Sorry. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, continue on. I need a sip.
Sissy's really eyeing the mic now. Did you see that?
You got something to say? Say it.
Yeah, I think she wants the stockinette thing. No, so...
Oh my god, we already been going for an hour. Can you believe that? I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, that's not good. We have so much left to do. This is going to be like hours and hours. Oh my god. We might have to split this up.
Oh, we should have said this in the beginning, but if you're listening to this, you could skip ahead to a different part if you want to.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that now.
Whoops.
Lay deep in.
Oh
It'll
my
be
God.
in the show. No, but we did say it in
the other one. So if you didn't watch our other one, then that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you because we did say we were going to do show notes.
Yeah.
No, but
let's get going.
My thing is that she's saying this about PK to Garcelle, who is an African American woman and has dealt with.
Yeah, which Garcelle does mention that, like...
Yeah, I mean,
like... the cops are not going to drive her home.
She's like, never would you find me getting a ride home, or any young African-American...
Honestly, any person of color, most likely.
Yeah, any person of color getting a ride home. And she's like, did they stop to get him a steak dinner? Because, like, she's... Like, Dorit's like, oh, he was so scared. He was so scared. I'm thinking to myself, really? You were so scared that they brought you to a precinct, let you sit for an hour, knowing that your breathalyzer would be less. Yeah, didn't arrest you, and then drove your ass home? Like, come on now.
And clearly he was so not fazed by it that he wasn't even going to tell her either. Like, I
think he just thought he could get away with it, but he should know better. He's a housewife's husband, and they're going to find out. And they're going to wait until the show is airing, and that's when they're going to put it out there. So now they had no choice. They had to deal with it, but, you know, what you going to do?
And then Garcelle shares that she talked with Erica too, and that
there's so much more still.
But
go ahead. No, go ahead.
What the hell did I write? Oh, I wrote that Erica feel at home. I meant to write fell.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
do you see why I have the audiobook read to me now?
I corrected mine. Yeah. She tells her about
fell
falling.
at home post
she had her head
Diana's
or something.
Party when she blacked out. She went home and she fell, which I do think she shared with Britta last week, but
yeah, she did. Yeah, but now she told Garcelle too.
Yeah, and she also tells her about Erica's comment on Sutton, and I think Dorit was probably the funniest she's ever been.
I wrote this
talking about like the going off the cliff. Yeah. I was genuinely
like a little
wow.
imitation and like a little scenario thing, but that was, and I'm really liking her this season. I think she's the funniest.
Yeah, definitely a little more enjoyable. You know, giving a little something here and there.
Then you go to Erica, who is with her team, and Mikey, who I guess has gotten a promotion to her. You said he came up as her assistant.
I think so. I don't know.
Or I don't know, but he seems like he's running the Pretty Mess hair, and she has a very small team. She's got some girl Lala or something, and another guy Jack or something. It's but it's not what it used to be. But she's still.
And one's her publicist.
Yeah, that was Jack, and,
who's definitely working overtime.
Yeah, and so they start asking her about like her love life, and that Mauricio has somebody, an NFL player
for her. Yeah,
and then she confesses that she wants to be. Wait, I have to go back first. So first of all, her confessional outfit. It's this weird...
Which one?
purple blazer with a rhinestone bra, but the bra is not full rhinestone. It's like strings of rhinestone going across the boobs. I don't... If she moves wrong, we're seeing... I'm sorry. If she moves wrong, we're seeing everything. And she got some weird long, like, braid that pops out of the top of her head.
Down, yeah.
It's like all weird.
Well, that's probably the Pretty Mess.
Nothing beat when she tells them that she wants to be a part-time dominatrix. And then, in the confessional, if you're not paying attention, you missed it, she calls out to her trademark lawyer and says, trademark lawyer, we need to trademark that.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Trademark that. And I'm like, who has a trademark lawyer sitting off to the side of your confessional? Like, I don't know. I was just like,
I don't know.
oh my
But yeah,
God.
but here's the thing. Maybe the PR publicist guy's there. I don't know.
She said trademark lawyer.
Yeah, but you could be under multiple
She called my
titles.
trademark lawyer. I don't know.
You're a mother and my co-host. So that'd be like if I'm in a room and I'm like, somebody get me my co-host. They're like, you mean your mother? Same thing. She just goes by multiple titles. Then Sutton and Rinna meet up for lunch.
This is bothering his foot.
Oh my God.
Oh,
my God.
I made it worse.
We need to get an official
it's
setup
good.
here.
This is official.
A little bit more official.
Yeah, I thought this was the funniest lunch ever. And then especially as you watched towards the end, it really made that lunch even more funnier because Lisa Rinna went off the rails. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
This was a good Rinna moment this day.
She was
this
funny.
episode particular.
Yeah, she was really funny. But the funniest thing was, because I think you used to say it all the time to me, when she said something, Sutton goes, can we get bread? Can we get bread? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, will you eat bread? And she's like, oh, I never pass up bread. She goes, even though some people think I probably don't. Or what'd she say? I never pass up bread, even though Kim Richard told me, why don't you have a piece of bread?
Why don't you take a piece of bread and maybe it'll calm down a little bit?
Have a
That's
piece
my
of bread. And
favorite.
You used to say that all the time. And
I
was
think
like,
that
I
Amsterdam
thought
fight
that
is
was
my favorite. I
thought it
love
was
it.
so funny how she pulled that into the whole little like.
She was a quoting machine.
Oh,
She
yeah.
referenced the leather pants from last season with Crystal.
Yeah, she
was just going off the rail with quotes, and I was living for it because if you watched our introduction, you know I said I love referencing things back. So
oh, man, she was referencing.
She was referencing. She was giving. She was all the Easter eggs. I was living for it. So they talk about obviously the Elton John past drama, and Rinna does say that she's forgiven
I
her.
really believed her too, to be honest with you.
Too.
And I think even at the end, I do think she did forgive her. I just think she's drunk at the end of this, and that's where that comes from. Because I think she did. If she was sober, I don't think she would have. Yeah, that really hurt. That was my leg.
What Rinna does say, she likes to mess with Sutton because she knows she could take it, but she's fun to mess with Sutton.
I want to say she used the word torture her.
Oh, she did use torture. I was being a little nice here.
Yeah.
Pardon.
So I just don't understand some of them because like she tells her she likes to torture, and then Sutton's telling her she's like the Grinch, but then tries to clean it up by saying that her heart
gets bigger, but Rinna's lips are just as big as her heart.
Yeah, that was just as big. I was cracking up.
So then we're headed off to the wine tasting, the big event of the episode.
You got Erica. Oh my God, dear Jesus, Erica. I keep saying it.
Well, wait.
I keep praying to Jesus like he's gonna help these women. Then you see Erica in the car, talking to Kyle, who got yet another freaking dog. Another dog. I mean, don't get me wrong. They showed a picture of this dog. I think it was Shadow, maybe. Storm. Cute. Looks like it's gonna be the cutest freaking thing ever.
But after, if you listen to our recap and we talked about all the damn dogs,
she's got 4 freaking dogs that are huge and everywhere, and she thinks she needs another dog. And Erica's just like, oh, I gotta see it. Yeah, come on over next week. I'm like, oh my word, I couldn't.
And we find out Crystal's also sick, so she won't be attending. But
she's
they don't say if she has COVID or not. They just said
she did. I think they said she had COVID.
Oh,
yeah, I think she had COVID, and then I think
she won't be there.
I think Sutton said it somewhere in the beginning, and then Kyle said she just wanted to give it another week. I guess she could have went, but she said she wanted to give it another week before she came out. Although she has COVID, seems like she's like freaked out by COVID and all like that. So I don't know what she thought that was going to do, but
yeah, I don't know.
And then of course you have Lisa Rinna blowing leaves, and every blowing reference she could come up with that damn leaf blower, she was a cuckoo bird. Yeah. And again with all the labels. She had a full-on Fendi jumper on, like a suit. It's like a one-piece suit that just was like the Fendi logo. And then there comes Garcelle with Bagley whatchamacallit?
Balenciaga.
Where is it Bagley? I don't know.
It kind of, well, no.
Bagley, Mishka Bagley. I don't know who I'm thinking of, but
I don't know, but
Balenciaga, yeah.
Too rich for us to even know how to pronounce.
Yeah, no,
basically.
Don't say Target on it. I don't know what it is.
Erica does say she won't be drinking at this event, which.
How are you not drinking if you're at a wine tasting?
Well, she does. I think when she starts drinking, she specifies that she won't be drinking not
other
the rosé.
drink?
Yeah, she's just gonna drink the rosé.
Sure.
But just for reference, nobody spits out the wine.
No, and
ever.
Garcelle said that.
Garcelle does point that out.
I mean, I don't know. Lisa should be probably feeling pretty good about that because I mean that I guess means, and they did. They all said they liked it.
Yeah. Let's see. So they talk about Crystal and her eating disorder, and they all say that she needs to get help, which Sutton does say in her sit down that she doesn't want to get involved with what they're talking about because she hasn't talked with Crystal one-on-one on this, which is probably for the best since they are kind of still coming off that like fight that they had in the beginning of the season. Don't, you know.
Oh, it's the same like when Sutton said, yeah, I'm going to be the one to talk to Erica about her drinking. She goes, I'll get face planted or something. But
yeah,
I think they got to watch their steps with this eating disorder because you can't shame somebody into it and you can't make somebody do it. And if she's just not ready, she may be ready to open up and talk about it, but that doesn't mean she's ready to go to, therapy. Maybe she will be eventually, but it's a lot.
So they go down and they start tasting Brenna's Rosé. Like we said, even Erica. My favorite part though is Harry's there. And he stood the whole time. Like, yes, the presenters of like the drinks who were pouring them were standing there and pouring them, but he stood the whole time. Like, why didn't they get the man a chair?
Because I think he was like watching. I think he's.
Oh
my, rev it up, brother. I think he's
motorcades are here.
Motorcades? Like, what, the president?
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was just like when there was a gaggle of motorcycles.
A gaggle. You're always gonna find a gaggle of Hell's Angels.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I think he's. You don't always see him involved in a lot of the stuff she does, but I think he's very into this because I think this is something he's interested in.
Well, yeah, it seemed like when he was talking about it, he knew a lot.
Yeah, he knew a lot. Like, he knew that they still needed to work on the
brute.
Ow,
I just scratched my nose.
And yeah, but
yeah, because they do all agree that the rosé is perfect, but the brute needs a little bit more working on.
Did you hear though when Garcelle stands up and goes, "Are you gonna feed us? Are you feeding us?"
No.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you feeding us?" Which is funny because half the time the ladies don't eat, but I think she was getting concerned that people were drinking a lot.
And because she was the one that pointed out there was no spit buckets at the table.
And that there was no food, so she wanted to make sure that people were
eating. Yeah, because they went from drinking up on like Brenna's little patio right down.
And I think that's what she wanted to make sure. Like, I don't think she was trying to be rude or anything, or like, but I think
she was craving some of that spaghetti sauce.
I don't know, the way she said it was just like, and I think Brenna said they were having pizza or something. They had a bunch of things. Well,
they had a bunch of stuff up there. So once Harry leaves, well, he decides once they kind of finish, he leaves, and he just goes, "I'm going on a walk." He's just going on a walk.
I'll be leaving now. I'm going on a walk.
Like, I was just like, okay. Right out. I was like, all right, bye, Harry. I guess go on your walk. And after he leaves, Dorit shares that she has a guy who's interested in Garcelle. And
it sounded like really cute, like the person like knew who she was and was like very into her. I hope she gives it a chance.
I'm sure we'll probably get a little like date thing with them because that seems like what they're doing this season is showing people going on dates.
Yeah, and like then you got Erica, who of course she's been drinking, so she starts talking crazy and like all this bold kind of chatter comes out of her mouth. Yeah, I know.
Kicking the table with the mic on it.
Sorry. Didn't even think about that. Just gotta get the old legs up. You know what I mean? I'm going to do more maneuvering.
All right.
That's probably going to be hell, and she'll yell at me for... yeah, she starts talking all sorts of crazy about her love life, which is like, not good.
No. Some things that we probably can't repeat without getting this podcast marked down as explicit. So we're not going to repeat it, frankly.
No. But she just doesn't... I think, what was sad, though? I was coming to the conclusion with Erica was that she doesn't want to... let anybody like build a relationship with her. She's trying to keep it all very surface because I think she's like afraid now to like get involved with anybody like permanently. So I think she keeps it very impersonal, which is kind of sad.
Dorit does try to check in with her because she sees her drinking,
and Erica's just like she mumbles something and like just keeps drinking. Yeah. So I don't understand how she can say that she shouldn't drink and then she drinks every chance she gets.
And then the group is, I guess, going up to eat. But before that, Erica and Garcelle split off so they can talk about Erica's comment.
Which is so weird Sutton. Because, I mean, after that fact, you already see that Garcelle has told Sutton. So Garcelle knows that Sutton knows. So why go and sit by yourselves and talk about it when you already know that once you get up there, she's going to address it?
Well, yeah. And then once she sits down there, she does want to invite Sutton. Or no, wait.
Yeah, she asks, Garcelle, can we have Sutton come over and sit with us or something?
And I think she says no.
Yeah, no. Obviously. Erica's like, no, we don't need to do that. they go
But-
up there and they discuss it anyway, so that was
Well,
just pointless.
I mean, Sutton brings it up, so I guess.
yeah, well, that's what I'm
But
saying.
Erica
like,
doesn't know. I think that Sutton knows,
I
so
don't
that's
think
the only thing.
I don't think Erica knew that Sutton was already aware. But Garcelle
But the
knew.
main point, though, that Erica is trying to like make with her with the comment about her being a liability is that she shouldn't like stand up with her for so much, and that she doesn't like give the same amount of like slack that she gives to Sutton to Erica herself, basically. She said, which but I mean, if you're closer with somebody, of course you're gonna defend them more. Obviously, I think.
But of course, this takes them right back somehow. Somehow they go from talking about Erica, Garcelle, and Sutton to swinging right back around to Elton John.
Well, yeah. Once they once they rejoin the group, they go right back to the whole Elton John.
Well, because
situation, of
I
course,
think
obviously.
Brenna is drunk. She
does even say it.
openly
She does
admits
say
it. But I think she's drunk, and because I don't think she would be this hostile. She wasn't this hostile at lunch because I don't think she was truly drinking yet. So.
Yeah.
But she wants to know like why Sutton is like trying to hurt her. Like, what is her point? I just think Sutton opened her big mouth on Watch What Happened Live, thinking it would just be like, funny, cute, not thinking this was going to take on the life that it did.
I think Erica explained it kind of well. I can't remember how she said, but she kind of said that like when Sutton tries to defend somebody, it's more like a tit for tat, where she's like, like, yes, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to stand up for Garcelle, but you did it in the wrong way. Then being like, instead of trying to do that, she almost like tried to one up Brandon by being like, you didn't say thank you for these expensive seats, in a sense.
Yeah, and that's they've already called her out as the one up queen. So for other things.
Well, yeah, that's true. So they end up going back and forth, Lisa and Sutton, just saying a bunch of things to each other. And Lisa does tell her to get out of her house and not to come for her kids and husband. And she puts that kind of out as a warning to everybody.
She went nuts. Before, I don't know if she said it before or after that, but like when she screamed at her, like, don't come for my kids and stuff like that, like Sutton's like, oh, Lisa will always be the actress. She said, she kept saying to her, you were not like this at lunch. This was not your opinion at lunch, but now you have an audience, and now this is how you're acting. And I do think like she gets like, a little bit, like a performance type thing where she thinks, but yeah, she screams for her that like you can get out. But it's funny, like she let her sit there after she screamed, and they continued like to talk. Well, because
it kind of,
like,
I don't think she really meant it.
I think it was
just
something
dramatics.
she threw out there. Yeah. But Sutton tries to apologize to her
for humiliating Brenna, but Brenna says she kind of
you
humiliated
didn't humiliate me, you humiliated yourself. I'm like, but I don't know, it just kind of ended there.
Yeah, that's where the craziness kind of. I think they're gonna pick up from there next week.
Kind of nutty.
And those are our current watches for this week. So originally, though, what the hell with these feet of hers?
I'm sorry. It's old lady legs.
We're gonna cut her legs off.
Ugh.
Come back next week. We're gonna cut her legs off live. If you're on the YouTube, that's where. Look, we're turning the video camera on now. Cutting her legs off. Just kidding. We're just trying to drive views to YouTube. So
Somebody cutting their legs off.
That wouldn't even be allowed on YouTube.
No.
All right, regroup. Here we go.
Monetize nothing there.
No monetization at all. I don't even think we can monetize.
No, just stay focused.
All right. So our original plan was we were going to do like our binge watch of the week, but we're gonna change it up a little bit and
maybe make it like a
binge of the month.
Yeah, like a bonus episode.
A bonus episode for you guys, just so that we don't have to like try to rush and squeeze that into this whole thing.
And this way we can really review it in its entirety. Like
we kind of give it like a more in-depth thing. Plus, like with the cooking shows, it's gonna get repetitive.
Yeah.
Even with some other shows, once we finish, MasterChef. Even this, we may even be able to catch up all at MasterChef in this whole month, and add a whole nother show onto like a bonus episode where we can really give you guys some more detail give more detail on those, and do more than just trying to like squeeze it in this one.
I lost my bliss text.
You and this damn bliss text. Okay, so now instead of doing the little binge, we're just going to talk about some of the shows that we ended up watching on our own this week. I guess I should start as your bliss texting your lip right now, or do you want to go?
Well, no, you go first and just
tell
me what you watched on your own.
First show I watched on my own was Grace and Frankie season 7 second half, and then I half that half. So I only watched the first 6 episodes.
Sounds like a diet, or she half the half.
I half the half. I watched 5 through 10. They went on a whole little drug heist. I mean, really, you got to watch it to go into
good.
detail. It was crazy.
I already watched the whole thing. It was really good.
She's already seen it. So this really wasn't technically like a solo watch. I mean, you weren't watching it with me, but I was watching it on my own. So I have to finish. You started
telling me some of the stuff, I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I have to finish it. I'm nervous to finish it. Look away. Don't look at me.
Why?
I'm serious. Look away. Don't look at me when I say this because I know you're gonna spoil it. I just don't want them to kill anybody. And I know if you look at me right now, you're gonna make a face, and I'm just gonna know from that face. Stop.
I don't even know. No, it ended really well. I was very satisfied.
Okay, that's all that matters.
They all.
I mean, obviously.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, what is this, Infinity War? All right, well, what did you watch?
Wait, that's all you watched?
Oh, I thought we were gonna go like back and forth. Like I was gonna say mine. Okay. You want me to go?
Yeah, just yeah.
Okay. I also watched High School Musical, the series, season 2. I did watch season 1 when it first aired, and then I heard that they were doing Beauty and the Beast. Well, I watched the first episode a while ago. I just rewatched it, but I was like,
so you never finished season 1?
No, I finished season 1. I watched season 2, episode 1 when it first aired, and then I was like, Beauty and the Beast. Why is it in High School Musical 2? But season 3. They're doing Camp Rock, High School Musical 2.
Oh, so you're not skipping 2, you're watching 2.
No, I watched 2. I already watched all of 2.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, that's what I thought you were doing 3 for some reason.
3 I'm gonna talk about next week, because that's the next.
No, I know, but that's what I thought you were watching. No. I didn't realize that. I thought you just forfeited 2 and just said the hell
I watched it. No, it would have been a big thing. But can I just say this really quick? Seeing Olivia Rodrigo, who plays Nene on that show, is so weird now that she's like a big star. She's not a fan of Olivia Rodrigo. She doesn't like the songs. I love it.
It's not that I don't like the songs. I just think they sorry.
Kick the table.
Sorry, they really played it too many times. Like, it's too many times. Drive the car home and just sit your ass down. How many times you're going to pass the house? He doesn't want you. Take it over. It's just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was too many times. Come on.
Yeah, okay, that song, yes, but there are other songs on that album of hers that are so good.
I'm not saying there are other songs that are good, but I'm just saying that one is the one that set me off.
But she'll say this about any music artist I listen to. Regroup. Let's regroup, because I can already feel this derailing away.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
I know, you're going to comment that we only play Haley Kiyoko and Fletcher and Demi.
Plays the same list.
Guess what? All 3 of them are releasing albums in the next 3 months. Okay, stop. See? We derailed. Let's regroup.
TV, not music.
Yeah, that's all I watched this week, was just them 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's looking at my notes. She's looking ahead. Those are the shows that we're watching next week. That's what that is. I just scroll.
Nothing else? You didn't watch anything else on your own, even though?
Kicking the table.
I'm sorry.
No, I watched those 2.
That was it?
I had to watch a whole season of High School Musical. It was like 12 episodes, and Grace and Frankie were another like 6.
True that.
I kind of watch slow. Like, I'll watch, and then I'll take a break, go on TikTok. I gotta go feed the cats.
I watch a lot more things than I realize I watch. Gotta be honest.
You really do. I'm gonna make sure I put in the time this week. I got a couple shows coming up this week that I'm gonna really try to get into it. All right, because she originally was like, oh yeah, I watched this and this, and then before we started this, she named like 20 other shows that she watched. So go ahead, list your show off. Go.
Well, no, because I was only gonna really I guess I don't want to monopolize the time, but
well, now you can, because I didn't watch enough.
I do watch Love Island USA, and I watch Love Island UK. That's on Hulu, but I watch the Love Island USA. Both of them are basically the same exact style show. It's a
Oh, go text.
See, you do.
That's all I know.
Well, you hear them yell.
Go text.
I have to say, it's the show that has created more like catchphrases.
Yeah.
Is that what it would be? Yeah, like things like that. Like, there's a big TikTok. I think it's there.
Oh, a new bombshell enters the villa.
A new bombshell has entered the villa.
Yeah, and then it plays the music.
Yeah, it's a very big thing to have like a bombshell into the villa. But I just like the premise of the game, of how they do this, like meeting people and stuff, because you're with them 24 hours a day for 6 weeks, so you really do get to know people.
Like a Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
Well, there's nothing else to do but to sit there and talk to each other, because they'll give them challenges and they'll send them on dates, but honestly, there's nothing else to do. If you watch the unseen bits and stuff, there's like a what do you call that? Like, not behind the scenes, kind of, but like like
unreleased footage.
Yeah, it's like a whole different thing. It's quite, because you see what they do during the day, aside from what they actually shoot and cut out. but I love that show. And then so I watched those two. They're both presently airing. One is ahead of UK is ahead of USA. Yeah. They're already like a little bit further. They were getting ready to end almost. I think they have like this week and they were done. I also watched because now with Peacock, I found that there was like Peacock has originals, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, I actually have a whole list of them that I need to catch up on.
I guess some of them will end up being on Bravo. Some of them, but because I know there.
Well, they did do the first season of the girls' trip like months
and then they
after.
Put it on there.
But who can wait for that?
No, but I watched the Below Deck. I watch all the Below Decks, but I'm watching Mediterranean and.
Oh yeah, I told you that one they release a week early Mediterranean.
Yeah,
on there.
and Down Under, and I didn't know that Down Under existed, so I binge watched that this whole week.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty bad,
and this is why she has like 23 months of TV.
Yeah,
you have to re-enter because you might be at a full official 24 months now.
Yeah, and that one was so good because you either get like a crazy ass chef or somebody that like acts a fool, or there's always somebody that's not right. And I highly recommend that one. And the Mediterranean, I like that one only because it has the female Captain Sandy, and she's just so crazy, and they're acting crazy. The chef and the chief stew like were an item, and they're all crazy. So I recommend those two. Any of the Below Decks because it's interesting because it's about yachting. And the crew that's on the yacht, and you get to see what they do and like behind the scenes and how they treat people, and it's interesting.
Yeah, I saw a campaign that somebody said they got to get Ramona on that because she was like on a big trip to Ibiza or something. Oh my god,
it would be.
She would be really good on that.
It would be so good if they crossed like those two.
Like did a housewife crossover.
That would be so good. And what else did I watch? I watched Good Trouble.
Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip crossover with Below Deck.
That would be good.
You can take our idea.
Yeah, that would be so good. And what else did I watch? I watched Good Trouble. That's the spinoff from The Fosters from Jennifer Lopez.
Oh my god, I forgot she did do that show.
Yeah.
I watched The Fosters, but I stopped watching when they switched Jesus out from Jake T. Austin to Noah Centineo. Yeah. I just forgot. I got distracted. I'm so far now.
They don't even reference him in this really hardly ever. And now
Noah Centineo's big time Netflix guy now. He's big Netflix movies, so he can.
And Callie is gone now at this point, and they're just to me, do I want to say they're trying too hard to have too many messages? You know what I mean? Like, what am I trying to say? Like, not
like they're trying to cover too many topics at once. Like almost
like they have a lesbian couple. They have a
amorous.
Yeah, is that where you have more than one person as your couple? Yeah, they have one of those couples. Then they have a guy who is with a girl who's thinking about giving up the baby for adoption because the parents are threatening her. Then you have a young guy he's not homeless. They're calling it something different. Like there's a term that they're using now because that's the popular term. Houseless. It's something. It's like not homeless. It's like a different term they use. And then of course they always try to cover race and stuff like that. That's always like just a general thing that flows through.
I think when I tried to pick up from Foster's, what was the one that they were doing a topic on? Maybe it was adoption. I think it was. Because I think Callie was trying to get adopted still. That's how far back I was. I don't think Callie was officially adopted.
This show really tries to touch like on
Aren't
all
they
the
not
current...
like lawyers? What are they on the show?
She was a lawyer.
Oh, okay. I thought Callie was a lawyer.
Yeah, no. But they try to like touch on all the like major like topics, which is nice. But it's and then like they have the one guy's sister now. He's transgender. Like that was the episode that I just watched where they were having the transgender wedding, and like it's just like they're covering so many like topics of things that are
like almost they're rushing through the topics instead of focusing on it and giving it the time it needs.
It's just a lot of heavy topics that you should really
flush out instead of just kind of rush through them. Almost like they're almost trying to maybe feel like check off the box and say, hey, we covered this.
Yeah, that's kind of where I feel like they're at.
That's never good when you do that kind of representation.
Yeah, I wouldn't do. I mean, they do it well, but it's just I don't know. I just feel like they don't need to do each.
Give it a little more time.
Yeah, like I don't feel like each person has to have such a major thing going on in their life. It's like crazy. But I watched that.
What was that other show, Maggie? You said.
Maggie. Yeah, I didn't watch Maggie this week. I watched her last week, but I do like Maggie. I highly recommend Maggie. It's just a different premise for a show, which I was gonna
watch Maggie. I had no clue what it was about, but I know the one girl in the show is from Superstore, and that's why I was gonna watch it. Yeah, the one who plays Cheyenne in Superstore. Hi, Koopy.
The girl's a psychic, and she can see the future of her relationships, and
and the other girl from Camp Rock.
Yeah, and it's just interesting because to see they're all the characters in there are really funny, her parents are funny and stuff. It's just it's a nice.
Oh, Cooper, you drooled.
It's he was really into that. I saw that he was fine. He's real dopey, sleepy. But that one I didn't watch this week. I watched that last week. I had to forfeit for the Down Under. And then the other thing, of course, is always my soap opera Days of Our Lives. I mean, that's just a given. Got to watch that daily. I feel like I watched something else.
Probably. Well, we watched MasterChef together, obviously. We were doing
it was MasterChef, but no, I thought I had something else.
You know what I always get tripped up with? I always feel like I watch more because we watch YouTubers a lot. We'll have we love
I'm
a good.
I'm so far behind on any YouTubers.
I know, but we always make sure. We always love a good Miss Remy Ashton. So we always make sure. Sometimes we'll be like, oh, should we put MasterChef on? No, let's put Remy in. I feel like sometimes YouTube, because some YouTubers are just half hour. I feel like we should start covering them like TV shows now. When you think about it in a weird way, they're longer than some TV shows, with commercials and stuff. Well, if that's all you covered, that's all you want.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll try. I'm gonna try to come back. I mean, I guess this. Here's my thing. I don't have a lot of shows that I'm watching actively. So I have a lot of binge watching shows. So I'll just try to sit and watch them all in one. Where you have a lot of shows that are currently putting up episodes, so it's easier to watch. None of my shows are on.
Well, normally I wouldn't have watched as much as I did, but because I didn't know that season Down Under from Below Deck was on. I binge watched that whole season. I was like, oh, it wouldn't have been as bad. I wouldn't watch this much, but I did. Yikes.
If you haven't checked, it should already be up on our Instagram. I put a little graph out of how much we've watched. We're going to do that every Sunday. We'll put up how many hours of TV we've actually consumed this week. Yikes. Expose ourselves a little bit more than we already are. I mean, we literally just listed them all off. So we should quickly just say what shows we're going to be watching for next week so you can prep yourself.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing the Housewives.
Obviously, we'll do them again. That'll be episode 14.
And I'm sorry, but those Housewives, you got to get on it because they just look like they're going to get crazier and crazier.
Okay, here's the thing. If you watch the mid-season trailer, we haven't even got to that whole crazy Kathy storyline yet.
Yeah, I think we should review that.
We'll have to. We'll try to.
Maybe we'll do that as one of our little.
Maybe you know what? We'll do a little exclusive podcast for an Instagram. What do you think about that? A little exclusive Instagram reel?
Yeah, something.
Maybe we'll do that. So make sure you follow Instagram. You don't know where that's going to pop up. Maybe we'll put it on Instagram and we'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Make sure you stay poised. Poised. Stay poised. Could you stay poised with us, please? I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
It's just as long as you don't say moist.
And then, obviously, we're going to have to do Only Murders in the Building because left us on such a cliffhanger, as we had mentioned.
How many episodes do they have? Do you know?
I think it's only 10. We're getting close to the end. But Cooper didn't like that. Cooper's bewildered.
Don't worry, you can rewatch.
They're already confirmed for season 3, so that's phew. You know what I mean? Because there's some shows that you gotta wait till all the way to the air. And then we'll also do we'll touch a little briefly because I don't really know how much there's gonna be talking about. But the I'm Groot, I don't know if it's episode 1 or 2 or the whole little mini short season's coming out. They're 5-minute shorts. We'll just we won't go too in depth. We'll just share our thoughts.
I think it's funny.
It's cute.
He can
it's
just
baby
say
Groot too.
Yeah, but I just think it's funny how you could just say his name and you still know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you have a rough idea.
It's crazy.
So yeah, we'll discuss that a little bit. As for solo watches, I plan on watching High School Musical, the series, season 3, the rest of Grace and Frankie. Did I say Frankie and Grace earlier? When I was talking about it? It just it's more natural to say it that way.
Yeah, but...
and I think I'm gonna try Warrior Nun. I don't really know what the show's about, but I know when it originally came out on Netflix, everybody was talking about it, and I know season 2's coming soon, so I'm like, I'll hop on it. Oh, she's looking it up.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I could be, but...
Nope. She's not. Okay. What shows do you plan on watching?
I am watching Below Deck Mediterranean, of course. I'm back on that one, because, I have to watch my episodes now because, they're not, what do you call it? they're coming out one at a time. Obviously, I can't binge any of that. My Days of Our Lives, of course. My Love Island USA and UK. But I think that one ends this week, and I probably will try to get back to my Maggie, because I don't have much of that left, and I want to wrap that one up.
Yeah.
I have so many other things that probably will get watched, but off the top of the head, that's what I know I want to definitely.
So you'll just have to honestly come back and see what she'll watch, because she could have like 20 shows done. She weirdly does finish them, but
probably Good Trouble. Like I'll still finish watching that, of course.
You know what? I was making my list trying to see what I was gonna watch next, because Grace and Frankie is like my last real binge. I was looking like, wait, why are some of these on HBO Max? No, we don't have it, so I'll probably have to binge those when it comes time for Selena Plus Chef. Oh, we did want to mention, we should have mentioned this meeting. We got our first request in for a show for us to watch. Friends. Friends is on HBO Max. We don't have HBO Max, so maybe when we get it for Selena, we'll try, and that'll be like part of that little month recap. We don't know. There's quite a bit of seasons to that, Friends. We'll give it a shot, though. Maybe I can't get past episode 1
of Friends or something like that.
Yeah, like the most
the ones that are like
popular rated episodes.
Like Pivot, there's certain ones that are.
Yeah, so if you have one that you think we should watch from Friends when it comes time, if you're on YouTube, you can put it in the comments below. You can comment on our Instagram posts, whatever, DM us. Want to leave us a good review, you can put it there as well. You can always also just give us requests too for shows. You can honestly, anywhere that you feel like you can get in contact with us, just go ahead and give us a little.
Where are you watching this Warrior Nun?
Netflix. Oh, it's on Netflix. I'm pretty much, all my shows are either on Netflix or Disney Plus.
You know what was funny? I was looking for favorite show on Netflix for the Wheel of Watching. I have to say, Netflix is where 90% of my favorite shows are.
Really?
Because when
Netflix original show or just Netflix shows? Oh, something popping outside.
Oh, sounds like fireworks. No, I think it was my because I was looking on my list. A lot of them were originals.
You do watch a lot of Netflix originals.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm like,
honestly, she is somebody who will just give anything a try.
Well, certain things, like, I'm
a little bit more picky.
Like, I loved Merlin. Not Marlin. Merlin.
That's not a Netflix original, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's not.
Maybe it wasn't, but it was still good. This was a Netflix original, right, with the N?
Yeah, if it has the little N next to it.
Yeah, Medici was good. Travelers was good. I mean, I like all that kind of stuff. But I was looking at my list, and I'm like, you know what? Firefly Lane was great. Enola Holmes was great. Winona Earp is not a Netflix original. But that's a movie. Rain,
not a Netflix original.
But it was so good.
Okay, well now you can't just spoil these things, because these are some of the questions for the Wheel of Watching.
Yeah, but I only can pick one. But I couldn't really pick one.
Okay.
I was struggling with that because that was part of the problem. There were some that were really just so good.
Well, we are at the end of the podcast here.
Sweet Magnolias. Emily in Paris. Like, I was like, how am I supposed to pick between one of these when I'm like, they were all so good. I'm like, Money Heist. I'm like, come on. Lincoln Lawyer, just watched. Highly recommend Lincoln Lawyer. That was really good. Yeah, I don't know. Inventing Anna, another one.
We might have to cut you off because you're just going to keep listening off the whole Netflix discography.
I was at the end of my list, so
discography, filmography. Clearly, I should no longer be speaking because I don't even know what I'm speaking.
Okay. Well, we've hit a high note there that must end, so...
So yeah, make sure you follow our Instagram. We watch it all. If, I don't know, for some reason you missed what we said we're going to be watching, but you're hearing this right now, go on our Instagram, because that's where we post every Monday what we're going to be watching for the whole week.
Go back and listen to this whole thing over again.
Yeah, redo it.
It'll just be another...
Listen
for us.
Maybe close out the app and then reopen it, because I don't really know how that counting the listens work. Close out the app, reopen it, and then give us 5 stars too.
Oh yeah, man, review.
Please, thank you.
Only if you're gonna be nice. Though. If you're not gonna be nice, then just step off.
Oh,
our table's crinkling.
What? I'm sure no one has ever said that. My table's crinkling. And maybe if you have an IKEA table.
If you have an IKEA table, then
you probably
know
said
about this.
Which, don't even. we'd have to get a lifestyle podcast to speak on this table here. Yeah, so follow our Instagram though, because we got to regroup here.
Yep.
We derailed. No. We didn't even say goodbye or anything. No, follow our Instagram. We watch it all. That's where we're going to post all the thing. Even the graph that I said, so you can see how much TV we watched. And maybe you didn't follow our podcast wherever you're listening to it. We post on there when the podcast goes live.
Yeah.
So you wanna follow that Instagram. And we've been sharing little personal things. By the time this is up, you're probably not going to be able to see it. Maybe I'll make a highlight. She was at the doctor's office giving a live commentary out for free. Oh, she was giving free commentary.
Friends, it was the Barker era.
The whole time she was giving. I'm like, shh.
I was just trying to expose you to Bob Barker.
I know,
Price
but
is Right. Come on down.
Oh my goodness.
It was classics.
Yes. So I mean, yeah. Follow us on Instagram. You never know. You honestly don't know what you might get on our Instagram.
You've said follow us on Instagram about 5 times.
Because I want you to follow us on Instagram now. I'm serious.
Okay. You gotta hit the button.
This is it. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe, I guess, but watching if you're on YouTube, I guess, because you watch the picture move around. I don't know.
You followed the line like a bouncing ball.
What?
The little line you have there with the little ball in it.
It would be a rolling ball, not a bouncing one.
Yeah, but I say bouncing because you follow the bouncing ball on the words usually.
Oh, like karaoke?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this isn't karaoke.
Now we can no longer even regroup
now
because we've derailed from the regrouping.
Yeah, now
we gotta end this. Come back next Monday to hear what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Hit the button.